and then you'll see 10K, 10Q. These are the quarterly reports. These are the annual reports, things you need to read, right? Yeah, they say the rich have libraries. That's a fact. But we go there. When you go to a page and you see investors there, you go there and you'll see a letter to shareholders. And one of the things you want to look at is the person who is in charge of being a CEO. This is important for us. We want to ask ourselves, we want to find out when did he become CEO? We want to ask ourselves, what did the company do before he was the CEO? And what did they do since he's been at the helm? Because what happens is, if his numbers have declined, then that's signs of a CEO that's not good. Because what happens is a great CEO comes into office and the business gets better. Marketing gets better. Earnings go up. Revenues go up. Dividends get increased. More of the market share comes in them. You feel what I'm saying? That's what we want a CEO do. A good CEO, we want to see how is he or she grown the business. If the business is retracting, it's not a good business. It's not a good business. It's not a good CEO. I'm sorry. It's not a good CEO, right? Another thing we want to look for is revenue increase, right? Because what happens is, as the business expands, we want to increase revenue. Now, I do want us to know this. Revenue and profit are two different things. Because a business increases revenue doesn't mean that it's increasing profit. We want them to go hand in hand. We want to see increased revenue and increased profit. Y'all with me right now? Let me know y'all with me right now, man. We talking or what, yo? My guy say, my bro said, bro, I need you to come just tap in. I don't know how to have ass do nothing. You feel what I mean? I don't know how to have ass do nothing. I'm going to just give y'all what we got over here. Right. 100. So we doing that. We looking at that, right? And we looking at value. We finding this. So this is one of the things. I'm going to give y'all these rules.
Hold on, boss. You moving. Because I'm having to catch up. They might be staying with
okay.
You ran it back. You said so. Basically, breaking down is that the companies that we looking at, when we do research on a company, we may be interested in the company, but go to their website and we can find out looking at the CEO and looking at the investors in the company. And then based off of that, start doing the research and all that information will be provided right there.
Yeah. So what happens is this, and this is what I love about the stock market in general, is because nothing is hidden from us. Like, they are obligated to tell us this. Like, they have to tell us this. So when we go to the company page, do I got my other phone on me? Yeah. I do. Don't mind me, y'all. I'm still addicted to having two phones here. So check this out. I'm going to just do this while I'm on the live with y'all. Matter of fact, hold on. My laptop right there, fam. All right, so look, I'm going to do something even better for y'all, yo. Like, since I'm right, I'm going to do something even better for y'all. So can some people in here, maybe, and I'm not trying to say nothing wild, can y'all like be on two objects at one time? Can some people do that? Like be on your phone, maybe be on two phones, maybe be on your phone and a laptop, something like that. Because what we'll do right now is we'll do a quick run through. That way y'all ain't just taking my word for it. Y'all can see what I'm looking at. My guy asked me to come in, we're going to come in. I ain't tripping. It's all love. All right. Let's just show y'all something. We're going to look at this business. And I actually looked at this with my trappers. Hold on. I'm going to give y'all a website. We're going to look at a business. We're going to look at a few things for a business, so y'all can see it. All right. All right, so I want everybody to go to a business, type this in, Gladstone GLADSTONE Farms, FARMS. Type that in. Y'all got that?
Gladstone Farms. Yep.
All right. So you should see a page. It may look something like this if y'all on it. Something like that. Yep. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. So we'll run through a couple things right quick. Y'all don't tell my trappers this, yo. Because they're going to be like, Trap, that's supposed to be exclusive for us, yeah? Look, this family right here, yeah? All right, so we're going to run through a couple things. So we look on this page. So one of the things we want to look at when we look at a business, we want the website to tell us a lot about the business. So we look at this page, what do we see? We see a well put together website, right? Look pretty good. So one of the things we want to look at is, what does the website tell us about the business? Right, so the website tells us this: Gladstone Land is actively acquiring farms across the United States. It says we offer owners and farmers 3 options. Right, so off the dump, somebody tell me just from looking at that, what do we kind of, before we go any further, what do we kind of understand already about Gladstone Land? What are they? What kind of business are they? Somebody say growing. Okay. Talk to me, y'all. Agriculture, farming. There we go. Like, come on, we in here. Let me know. That's right. Farming. Right. So we know that. We see that. We see that, right? So listen. So now we see as, how do they make their money? What are some of the things that they do? Right? So we know that they deal with farmers. That's right. Real estate, right? Codes, right? So we see that. So we see, look at the day. So who are their clients? Farmers who are willing to sell their land. Look, we offer long-term scale lease transactions, which allow them to free up capital to improve the farming operation, right? 2, for farmers who identify land they want to farm but not own, we can purchase the farms and rent them the farmers with flexible leases. So now they don't 2 types of farmers. The third type, for farmers who do not farm the land, we offer cash purchase of the land while either keeping existing tenant farmers in place or new farmers is needed. So that's right, somebody said REITs, right? It's a REIT, it's a real estate investment trust. What I love about the stock market is it's a great way for us to also tap into commercial real estate without having to go through the hassle of a lot of other things, right? So we know that. So now we understand the idea of what this business does. We also understand who their target audience is, right? Who their target audience is. We understand that, we see that, we know that, right? One of the things I say is it's an aura. The aura in rules is the reason. Write this down, the reason. Why are we investing in this company? Why are we investing in this company, right? So if you was to invest in this company, you say, you may be somebody to say, well, man, you know, I'm into farming. I see that agriculture plays a big part in society. We always gonna need land, farmers. You know, you may have it's the reason why you here. You may be somebody who may be into farming. The U stands for understand. Do we understand the business model? Do we understand it? Do we understand the business? Do we understand how they making money? Because in order to invest in the business, we must understand the core business or the core way that a business makes money. If we don't understand that, we shouldn't be there. If it's too complicated for us, we shouldn't be there. The reason why I don't invest in big pharmaceutical companies, because it's too much for me to understand. I don't have to be brilliant in every area. That's one of the things we need to understand. You don't have to be brilliant in everywhere. You could just be good at what you're good at and make a whole lot of money doing it. I'm telling you, be good at what you're good at and you will make a whole lot of money doing it. I'm telling you. It's why you don't see me trying to teach all kind of stuff. I'm going to teach what I'm good at because it's easy for me to keep digging deeper on this because I'm good at it. So take that. The L is longevity. Does a business have longevity? Right? So if you're looking at it, you're like, well, damn, it's a farming business. We'll dig a little deeper, but it's a farming business. Damn, I don't think they're going to run out of land. We always gonna need fresh crops. I see longevity here, right? The E, can the business expand without selling off assets or generating more debt? So while we do know that debt is not bad in the business world, we don't want a business that's called over leveraged. An over leveraged business is a business that has way more debt than it has assets. They over leveraged because they took on too much debt to build the business. We don't want that, right? And the last one is S, simplistic. Is the business simple? I'm gonna be real with you. This is a simple business right here. This is a simple business model. We got 3 types of farmers. We sell to 3 types of farmers. It's all dealing with land. We can sell you land. We can lease you land. If you don't want to farm and you have a lot of land, we'll take the land from you and rent it out for you. It's simple. It's a simple business model. Y'all with me right now? We trapping or we trapping? Y'all rocking with me or what right now, family? Y'all right? Y'all feel like I'm giving y'all value? Y'all feel like him wasting his time? Or y'all feel like, yeah, he came through in the clutch just now? Y'all feeling it? Feel you. Appreciate y'all, family. I just want to give my brother, you know, he asked me to come through, so I want to give him, you know, what he asked for. All right, so check this out, just briefly. Y'all see at the top where we see investors. Y'all see that? Y'all see where it says investors? Everybody see that? Everybody see where it says investors? Boom. If you go on any website and you see that, that's what you need to be looking at. That's what you need to look at. So we looked at the website, good website. The website tells us a lot about the business. We'll go into their portfolio, investors, testimonies, FAQs. That's cool. But we're going to go to the word investors. So let's click that word investors. Boom. Here we go. Now we're on a treasure hunt. This is how we're going to define the business. So 1, it gave us the business stock price. I mean, it's the ticker symbol. If you don't know what a ticker symbol is, it's just like a company nickname. My name is Wall Street Trap, but everybody call me Trap, right? So that's my nick. That will be my ticker symbol, TRAP, Trap. So this company is Gladstone Land. Their ticker symbol is LAND, LAND. LAND, right? Stock price, $15.31 right now. As of Friday when it closed, the day high was $15.56. I mean, when it opened, when it closed, or the lowest point it was at was $15.07. So when it closed on that day, it tells us the highest that stock was that day was $15.56. The low it was that day was $15.07, right? We understand that? See where it says volume? That tells us how many people was in and out that stock all day that day. So you had 378,159,000 people that was in and out that stock every day, all day that day. Everybody with me right now? You trapping? How y'all feeling? Y'all good? Y'all tired? Y'all bored? Let me know.
We here.
Let me know.
We here.
It's all good. It's all good. All right, so we're going to go to the side over here. And let's look where it said investor relations. So we can do 2 things. We can go to investor relations or we can go to company overview. Right? Because either way, we're going to go to both of them. But look, well, first thing we're going to do, though, we're going to go to company overview before we go there. Because now we want to understand the business a little more. Right? So the company overview, what it tell us? 3 things. It tells us, look, company overview, our properties. So they got properties everywhere. So now that tells us what? If we see where they got properties at, if we see they got properties everywhere, the next thing we need to do is what? Go see where the properties at. We need to see how many properties they got in portfolio. Where the properties at. This is all about understanding the business. I'm gonna be real with you. If you don't want to do this part of the business, you don't want to invest your money. If you don't want to do this part right here, you don't need to invest your money. If you ain't willing to do this, 30 minutes a day, 30, 35 minutes a day to build your wealth, to find great businesses, and you start with businesses that you use every day. So you probably would have never thought about using this business land because that's me. Like I'm just forever researching. We can start with things that we own. We can start where we work at, right? And when I say where we work, so you got a job, everything in your job and everything that your job uses you should be going around just, oh, they use this, let me write this down. Or this truck pull up to the work. Let me write this down. A lot of y'all who have corporate offices, look up a company called Iron Mountain because they're using that company to stack all their files in. Iron Mountain. It's a REIT. They stack paperwork and file paperwork for millions and billions of businesses. Billion-dollar businesses, I mean. Right? So if you're an entrepreneur like myself, what companies do you use? What companies do you use? If you're using them every day, him 500. If you got 8 Apple iPhones over there, you need to own Apple stock. I'm telling him in front of y'all. If y'all using Apple, you need to be a part of that. That's where you start off at. Me, I got 2 Apple iPhones. I got an Apple Watch. I got a MacBook. I got an iMac Pro at my house. I got AirPods. There's no reason why I shouldn't have these 35, 40 shares of Apple. You feel what I'm saying? What we consume, boom. If you go to a bank, I said this the other day about making your bank a trap house. Whoever you bank with, you should have money there. If your money's sitting in that bank, you should be making money off them because they're making money off you. You should own that bank, find out how many, you should own the bank, find out how many shares you need for the bank to buy you 1 share of itself through dividends, and now the bank is now buying you shares of itself. Now you made your bank a trap house. Now, if it's in one of him classes, what happens is now you get that bank, and now you go get you a line of credit at that bank. You play that game, you get some credit or something from the bank, you learn how to use that from the bank, and now you're using other people's money. So you invested in the bank buying you shares of the bank, and you done leveraged the bank money. The bank is not your trap house. The bank is not your trap house. It's that simple. The bank is not your trap house. You bought the bank because you bank with them because they're using your money to put it in the stock market anyway. That's what they're doing with your money. They're taking your money, loaning your money out. If they can't find somebody to get a money at the time, you know what? Let's just put it in the market right quick. Right? They're going to put it in the market, and they're going to give you 0.01% at the end of the year and say, thank you for banking with us. Right? 0.01%. Whereas you take that money and say, you know what? I'm about to tell y'all some games, yo. And a lot of people be thinking I'm crazy when I say this. I have 6 figures invested, easy. My daughter right now, 4 years old, she has 60,000 I invested. I only have $6,000 in the bank. All of my money is in different type of investments. You know why? It's because, and I'm not telling people to do this, but for me, because I know that the bank just using my money, I'd rather put my money in places where my money can make money for me. Now, the reason why because I don't live I don't have nothing against nobody living a life that make them come. For me, I still live a simple ass life. I don't do shit. I sit in front of CNBC all damn day. People be like, bro, like you not gonna, I wear Wall Street travel shit every day, all day. I don't wear nothing. So my life, it's not gonna cost, if something go wrong in my life, it's not gonna, my upkeep is not a lot. That's what I'm saying. My upkeep is real low. So if something happened in my life, if it cost me more than $6,000, I'm gonna just go, all right, let me get some assets, this asset, cash flow assets that pay you in cash flow producing assets. Okay, let me get some bread from here. I can take care of that. I got credit cards. I can leverage these credit cards. I've learned how to balance my life. I got over $130,000 in credit, plus $6,000 in the bank. If something happened in my life where I need to make some money, how I pull this card, how I cash off this card, family? How I can do this? Like, let me do this. You feel me? Without having to mess with what I have to. So it's learning how to balance and leverage your life. But I'm saying that to say that if you banking with a bank every day and letting them make money off your money, why don't you flip the script on them and start buying assets, buying shares of that bank, right? I own over 100 shares of JP Morgan Chase because I own it. I bank there. Own shares of that bank, and now let that bank buy you shares of itself through dividends. I also got 2 business credit cards with Chase that's over 125 and 120, just in business cards with Chase. And if I won't go back and get a line of credit with them, they'll probably give me another 25,000, right? So I'm leveraging the bank. They are now my trap house. So just keep that in mind, right? We gonna own what we consume, own who we using our money with. It's simple. All right. So let's look at this. Company review, our property. So now since they say our properties, we need to now go see where their properties at. On the website, they'll give us a portfolio. All right, so it said, look, Gladstone Land owns farmland in Arizona, California, Colorado, Florida, Michigan, Nebraska, North Carolina, Oregon, Washington. They told us where they own property at. Remember what I told y'all? As of June 30th, 2018, our portfolio has appraised value of approximately $537.4 million. Boom, they laid it out there for us. And we are actively seeking other foreign properties to purchase across the United States. So they already told us what's going on. They told us what the property is, where the property's at, what the properties are worth, and what they are trying to do. Our goal is to buy more properties, right? So they told us one, that's our properties. Two, what's the business model? Gladstone Land acquires farmland that it rents to corporate and independent farmers on a triple net lease basis, an agreement under which the farmer maintains the property while paying rent to Gladstone. We offer landowners and farmers the following options. Farmers who, and they break that down to us again. So what's the goal of the business? Our goal is to build the premier farmland real estate company focused on ownership of high quality farms and farm-related properties that are leased on a triple net basis lease on to good tenants. They told us what it is. So this is what we got to do. We will now go look at the properties. We will go analyze this business and see if what they said in the overview matches what they're doing in performance. Y'all with me right now? We ain't going too fast, huh? We ain't going, listen, I get excited, y'all. Mind me, you heard me? Mind me. I get a little excited. I love doing this, yo. I love doing this. For sure. For sure. So then we'll do this. So one of the things we'll do is let's go to investor relations. Right? If we go to investor relations, we'll go to, let me look at this site. Boom, right there. We go to the bottom, we'll see annual report, and we'll see annual letters to shareholders. Remember I talked to y'all about that? The annual letter to shareholders. Remember I talked about that in the beginning? It's right here. Remember I told y'all about annual reports, quarterly reports? It's right here. Y'all see it? Just scroll down. Him, you see it?
No, I'm looking for, oh, yep, I see it.
At the bottom. Cool, we'll go there. So we'll look at,
y'all got it?
First
Y'all
we'll
had to click on investment. Y'all had to click on it again.
Yeah.
Click on the investment, click on investment relationships on the bottom of that page.
Mm-hmm.
Down to it. Scroll down on that page.
Scroll down. And I'm just navigating y'all through, you know what I'm saying? Some of the things, because I'll be here forever trying to teach y'all the ins and outs, but I just want to navigate y'all through a website so y'all can see some of the things y'all need to do on your own, yo. And so here we go right here. We're not going to read through the whole thing, but it says, to our stockholders, we have had to overcome some minor challenges during 2018. This is the 2019 one, y'all. The 2020 ain't come up yet.
Is this the annual letter?
Still,
this the annual letter to shareholders, right?
Yeah, it's the letter. But it's still another year, strong growth for us. We continue to acquire high quality leased farmland, increased our earnings, and increased our cash distributions to shareholders. We are looking forward to a very active and near better year in 2019. Y'all feel me? So they already told us, this was the last letter they wrote out. So they already told us in 2018 it was challenging, but they still had strong growth and they still acquired more property and they increased distribution to shareholders, which means they increased the dividends, which means they increased dividends. And that's what we want. If you got a company that's issuing out dividends, we want to make sure they increasing those dividends. So we scroll down to something and you'll see it, just the activity, what they've been doing. But what they did that year, this was the last one, operating results and financial strength. We want to know that. What are the strengths at? You see that asset value, capital markets and finances. We want to read this. Now, I know y'all gonna be like, Trap, I'm not reading all that. You tripping. Well, I'm gonna tell you, it ain't enough for you to take 15, 20 minutes a day to read this because you're gonna waste 15, 20 minutes a day. But I'm gonna tell you what's dope about this. Once you start reading it, you're not gonna stop. You can be like, yo, well, they getting bread out here. And you're gonna start telling yourself, damn, I'm missing out. because my money need to be working for me. And this what really got me into this. I'm like, yo, like my money not working for me enough. You know what I'm saying? So that's the goal. That's the objective for us to constantly and consistently, as much money as we can get to work for us, is as much, I like to say, that we buy back our time that way. I'm gonna say that again. For every investment we make, as we put money to work for us, we are buying back our time. The greatest asset to building wealth is owning your 24 hours. The greatest asset is time. The greatest, I don't care how much money you got, time is the biggest asset. So what we need to learn how to do the most of is not make the most money, but how much time can we buy back? How much of our time can we buy back? Because once it's gone, you can't buy no more. I can't buy back the hour I just spent. So how much time can we buy back? How many assets can we acquire? That's what wealth really is. Wealth is acquiring more assets than you have liabilities. How much of your 24 hours can you own? And for me, the stock market was the greatest way for me to buy back my time. But it wasn't the only way. So now what happened was I started getting into different things. Again, getting with him with this credit. My bro teaching me about real estate, teaching me about trucking. It's about learning how to, okay, I got this. Let me just put my money in different assets. The assets buy back your time. He or she that has the most time can create the most wealth. See how they go hand in hand. The more time you think about it, him 500, he owns his 24 hours. I own my 24 hours. So when I get up in the morning, the only thing that go wrong with me when I get up in the morning is if I don't manage my time right, I get mad because I have the luxury of owning my 24 hours. That's a luxury. So when I mismanage time, I get really, really mad at myself because I did what was necessary to buy my 24 hours. So that's what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to take what my brother teaching y'all. Let's put that together, man. Let's own our 24 hours. What I want to do now is I know some people may have some questions for me. Let's go, man. Let me answer some questions, y'all. Cause I know y'all got some, cause I'll be here teaching y'all forever. I'll be done took over my bro stuff, man.
Yo, this your call tonight. You got it. Okay, look. Let's y'all raise your hands. When y'all raise your hands, we'll unmute you.
Yep.
So that way everybody not unmuting themselves and we got chaos. But if y'all raise your hands, we'll unmute you. So the hand, if you do it, if you look on the chat, if you look on the chat and you look at participants, how do you raise your hand? Let me see. If you look at participants, you can raise your hand. So on the chat, on the bottom, look at participants and it allows you to raise your hand. Okay, I see Jamal, I see Katrina. Boom, there we go. Okay, Eric, just go from the top and just unmute them and let them answer their question. So that way we're not reading through the chat because that chat gonna
Right.
Hey Jamal, you're unmuted, brother. Go ahead and answer your question.
All right, what up though? I appreciate all the information you're giving out. I would like to know what type of indicators do you use when trying to analyze a stock? Like I understand you go through their report, but like when you're trying to actually judge like the indicators, like RSI, MACD, stuff like that. Like what do you find useful?
So for me, I do look at the relative, the RSI, relative strength index. But for me, I'm mostly, so what you can do is gauge your 200-day and your 50-day. Those are good just to see where the stock has been trading at within the last 50 days or 200 days. That's good. But for me, it's literally all about the fundamentals. Why? Because that's what I value at. Indicators don't tell me how much the business is worth. Hear me again. Indicators don't tell me how much the business is worth. Indicators show me movement and emotion in the market. An indicator gonna tell me how much this stock has been selling for the last 50 days, for the last